टकराने से तूफान भी तोहफा बन जाता, तुमको मीत बनाने से प्रभु, तुमको मीत बनाने से। सागर रास्ता दे देता, पर्वत भी झुक जाता है। सागर रास्ता दे देता, पर्वत भी झुक जाता है। नामुमकिन मुमकिन हो जाता, वक्त भी रुक जाता है। हम जाने या तुम जानो, हम जाने या तुम जानो, क्या मिलता प्रीत लगाने से। तूफान भी तोहफा बन जाता, तुमको मीत बनाने से प्रभु को मीत बनाने से। याचना ना कामना, तुमसे कुछ ना मांगे हम। याचना ना कामना, तुमसे कुछ ना मांगे हम। योग करें हम, योग्य बने, प्रभु काम तुम्हारे आए हम। कष्ट कटे सब विघ्न मिटे, कष्ट कटे सब विघ्न मिटे। लगन की अगन लगाने से तूफान भी तोहफा बन जाता, तुमको मीत बनाने से प्रभु को मीत बनाने से। सुख के दिन या दुख की रातें, मन की नैया ना डोले। सुख के दिन या दुख की रातें, मन की नैया ना डोले। जीत हार हो फूल खार हो, जितना खाए हिचकोले। सदा समर्थ सहारा तुम, सदा समर्थ सहारा तुम। देते हाथ थमाने से तूफान भी तोहफा बन जाता, तुमको मीत बनाने से प्रभु को मीत बनाने से। झरनों से संगीत है झरता, पत्थर के टकराने से तूफान भी तोहफा बन जाता, तुमको मीत बनाने से प्रभु, तुमको मीत बनाने से। हाँ, प्रभु को मीत बनाने से। हो, तुमको मीत बनाने से।
Om Shanti and very good morning, evening, night for some. We are very fortunate today again. We are meeting for our weekly hour with Didi, with Dr. Nirmala. And today the topic is divinity in relationship or divine relationship. And this is a very important topic because relationship is an attainment in our life. And we would like to listen from Didi on her insights on this topic. So Didi, please share with us your understanding as well as insights on this topic, divinity or divine relationships.
As we belong to Baba and we have awareness that we are all children of one God, the Father. We are all children of one Baba. We are spiritual children, spiritual brothers and sisters. And the relationships, once we become detached with the logics, our relationship become divine, because we stay in a family and we are all brothers. As Shiv Baba's children, we are all brothers. Prajapita Brahma's children, we are brothers and sisters. But apart from that, we are in Satyug, divine relationship, because everybody is a deity. So the relationship is there of logics, but it is divine relationship. So there are two types of divine relationship. One is Sangam Yug, another in Golden Age. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Didi. So Didi has made it very clear that there are two types of relationship, and one is divine relationship of Sangam Yug and a divine relationship of Satyug. Didi, what is exactly meant by divine relationship? Maybe you can make it clear or define it so that we can understand better. What is exactly divine relationship is?
Divine relationship is alaukic relationship, not laukic relationship. So there are no husband and wife or mother and children or no uncle and nephew, niece, etc. There is only one relationship, and that is brothers. In Sangam Yug, only brothers or brother and sister. So it has got divinity. And people are not attached, dependent on anyone. They depend on one Baba in Sangam Yug, and they are independent in Satyug. Om Shanti.
Okay, Didi, thanks for that clarity. Didi, you mentioned that there are two types of relationship. One, two types of divinity or divine relationship. One is that of Sangam Yug, and the other one is that of Sat Yug. So, what is the difference between them? Because they may have a different mechanism, right? A different way of interaction between this relationship and that relationship. So, how does it? What is the difference between them?
In Confluence age, we have knowledge. And whatever is happening between relatives is karmic account. Whereas in Satyug, also there is naturally karmic account, but there is no sorrow. And everybody is happy, everybody is interacting with divinity. Whereas in Confluence age, sometimes there may be conflict amongst Brahmins, whereas in Satyug, there is no conflict at all.
Okay, Didi, that's very interesting that in Sangam Yuga we have Gyan. That's a big gift that we have. Thanks for that understanding. Didi, what are the main qualities needed, if we want to have or maintain divine relationship?
Main quality that we need is soul consciousness and total detachment from logics, your own body, and your possession. So the thing is, we are depending only on one Baba and no one else. Om Shanti.
Okay, so that's interesting. One Baba and no one else. That's mainly the foundation, I believe. Okay, Didi. Um, we always say that the present of this, the present of Sangam Yuga will decide the future that is of Satyug. So there is the saying that we must have all relationship or service sambandha with Baba, and this all relationship with Baba that we have with him would decide or create that sort of divine relationship in Satyug. So how does this work? How by forging all relationship with Baba, we are able to have divine relationship at Satyug with one another.
Unless we have all relationship with Baba, Shiv Baba, we cannot be detached from our logic relationships because we have been all 63 lives dependent on logic. And when we act strength and support, when we get strength and support from one Shiv Baba, it's easy to depend on Shiv Baba and not depend on logic.
Okay, thank you, Didi. That's a very clear explanation there. Even in today's Murli, Baba say that, when we have all rights with Baba, that means we are not dependent on others. So it's very clear and exactly as what we had in today's Murli. So Didi, so we want to have divine relationship with one another. And sometimes, when we come into action, when we are interacting with one another, what are the areas we must pay attention? That means consciously we must pay attention to that those area so that we don't, we create divine relationship instead of coming into conflict. So, what are the areas that we consciously must pay attention when we come into interaction and relationship with one another?
What I find is when Shiv Baba is not kept between us and our relatives, whether they are students, husband, wife, children, etc., then there is some attachment. So we need to keep Shiv Baba in between me and opposite person. Then we won't get any attachment.
Okay, Didi. So that's very nice. I, Baba, and the other person. So this is a very nice way of having relationship because if Baba is there, I don't think we have any other issues, right? It's clear there. Okay, Didi, there are some relationship which are really really difficult. It's very difficult sometimes to deal with some people. It's probably because of past karmic accounts. And so this past karmic account form some kind of challenge or offers challenges and obstacles in our relationship. And then it is every time this particular person or this interaction is very very painful. So what how can we can overcome this, or what are the areas that we can pay attention, so that we can deal with such situations, and our so that our past karmic accounts doesn't come and interfere, or even if interfere, how we can deal with it successfully.
What happens is usually whenever there is a difficult person with strong karmic accounts, usually we react immediately. Now, after Gyan, what we need to do is when there is anger or animosity or negativity for the opposite person, rather than reacting immediately, we sit down in meditation, and when we are calm, we interact with that person lovingly, sweetly, and explain what is the real thing that you feel, and maintain good relationship
Hey,
and
Didi,
not get angry.
okay, Didi, just now you mentioned that whenever we have such strong karmic account, we then probably we react in such situation. And then also Didi suggested that we may probably go into silence and, sit in meditation, or in such a way that we can, calm down or cool down ourselves. But in some situation, we may not have that sort of situation where we are able to go into silence. If is it walking away? Is it walking away fine at that time, or do we remain there and tolerate?
Walking away, I think, is a option for new people because they don't have that much yoga power. So for them, Baba says, okay, you walk away from them. But karmic account won't walk away from you. So you have to clear karmic account, and you will need to have good wishes for that person, which, as I said, is for new person may not be possible. For old Brahman, it is always possible to face it, the situation as it is.
Yes, that's very clear, Didi. Really clear. So that, I mean, the difference is where are we, or what are we actually? If we are practicing this meditation for long, then we should be able to face it and in the situation. Thank you. Didi, one thing that I believe that really form anything of a Brahmin, is purity. And I believe that in maintaining divine relationship, we do have to have purity. So, together with purity, what other inculcations are most essential? We know that we want to have purity, we inculcate purity, fine. But other than that, what other dharma that we should have so that we can create divine relationship with everyone?
Apart from purity, what we need to maintain is a Laukik relationship with Laukik and interacting with knowledge, karma, and drama. So, whatever is happening is a result of my karma, and it is part of predestined drama.
Didi, just little clarity on that. You were saying that with Loki, we must have a Alaukic relationship. What do you mean by that exactly? Can you explain that?
Don't think that they are my husband or wife or children or parents, etc. But think them as Baba's children, my spiritual brothers and sisters,
Yeah.
all the time.
Yes, Didi, that's really, really beautiful. So that they are not just Loki, but they are Alaukic now. Yes. Okay, Didi. Glad we are in the center, and many of us are center instruments. Definitely listening to this sharing. Some of the students, they come to us and tell, the center atmosphere is not very much of a family feeling. The center is not very much of family feeling. And so they feel that sometimes it's like an organization, sometimes it's totally very much different from what exactly Baba once said. So how can we create a strong family feeling in a center, so that there is a sense of belonging and also inclusivity?
Center residents should have awareness that they are caretakers, instrument. Baba is a Karan Karavanhar, and they should not just feel that they are teachers, because sometimes ego comes because thinking that, okay, I am a teacher, I am in charge of this center, etc. So everybody belongs to the center and belongs to each other. Center residents should remember it is Baba's center, and they are all Shiv Baba's children, my brothers and sisters. So when we instruments have this spiritual awareness, then naturally people will also feel like belonging.
Okay, Didi, you mentioned that these are for the center residents. What about for students who come to center? What about dharna for them? What kind of dharna we can have so that they also create a family feeling, so that the center resident also feel that they are also part of the family. The center resident have the feeling that they are family, but then they feel accepted as well. What kind of dharna that students should have? I'm talking about senior students, Didi, that those students who have been regular to center.
The students should have the feeling, because Baba says this is your home, this is your university, this is your hospital. So it's not only university that we come to study, but this is home also. Because whenever we have welcome program, we say welcome to your home. Even new one, first timers, we say welcome to your home. And we know that for half a kalpa, we had mental sickness, stress, tension, and meditation can be our hospital also to treat mental disease and psychosomatic disease.
Thanks, Didi. That is very interesting. A center is also a hospital. I think probably this is something. It is well known, but I'm first time hearing exactly as it is. And here we are for treatment. Okay, Didi. We are going to another level of principle. So we want to create divine relationship. But divine relationship is not something that comes easy. There is also effort needed to forge it. So, what are the principles as BKs that we should strictly adhere or follow so that that we should pay attention to have good and harmonious relationship? I'm sure everybody wants to have good and harmonious relationship. The only thing that I always find that people expect the other people should treat me nicely, but what about me as a person? What are the principles I should pay attention so that I can also help in creating a good and harmonious relationship?
In order to create good and harmonious relationship, we should be very humble, never be bossy, treat everyone with respect. Even when giving any task, check with them. Is it possible to do for you? Because that is the sign of respect rather than go and do this.
Thanks, Didi. I think being humble is such a beautiful quality. Okay, Didi, there is one topic that always we talk about relationship, and that is detached and loving. We always talk about this. And what we find is that in our interaction, sometimes we can be very detached with some people, or sometimes we can be very loving to some people. And so, how do we maintain this balance? Because, the balance of being detached and being loving. So, how do we maintain this?
We have example of Brahma Baba. He had 400 people, amongst them his Lokik wife, daughter-in-law, and others were in Gyan. But he was loving to everybody and detached from his Lokik family. Because everybody who used to meet Brahma Baba and sit in his lap used to feel Baba loves me most. And we knew Baba was loving but detached. So whenever his children, some of them left Gyan, he was quite detached. He didn't take sorrow that my children are living Gyan. So, or Nirmal Shanta Dadi also took a time to be Paka in Gyan, but he didn't worry about it. He kept on loving and having good relationship.
Um, Thanks, Didi, for that, because probably it's the worry that everyone should make effort accordingly. That sort of concern make people sometimes overly concerned and become, started feeling expectation. No, why should this person is still like this and that? So the art of being detached and loving is such a beautiful art that we can have beautiful relations without any expectation. Thanks, Didi. And then maybe sometimes service. We talk about service. We have so much service now. We have more service than those time. So everybody talk about service, and they say that because of service, we are so busy, we are so involved that we don't have time to have that sort of beautiful interaction or loving interaction. This thing service has become a kind of excuse for some people to say that some negligence in some areas of spirituality. So how can we be busy in service, but at the same time we also can forge good relationship with one another?
Yes, as today Baba was saying, many people feel that we are not given chance. My name was not mentioned. So whenever there is service, there is comparison, competition, and wanting to be in front. But what we have to do is maintain balance between child and master. As a master, we have to make decision, and as a child, we have to listen to everybody's opinion. So when that balance is mentioned, then there won't be any problem, and everybody will be content.
Didi, you're mentioning about the balance of child and master. Um, how do we really practice this, like when we are with a group of people, and some people are very dominant, we have some nice idea to say, and then when they are so dominant, how do we feel, like sometimes people move away, or they say these people are always like that. So we don't want that, right? I mean, of course there are some dominant character, but how do we as individual can maintain this master and child balance in such a way that no matter what other people are, we are not influenced by their way of interaction.
What we need to do is listen to all in the group, not only dominant people. Dominant people, once they have shared their opinion, we have to keep them quiet and give time to other people. So after listening to everyone, you make decision that majority wants to do this way, so we will do that way. So it's not even I'm dominating, but I don't let anybody to dominate. Majority's opinion is considered the right. Or those who are mature in alaukic way, we take their advice. For example, Brahma Baba, he used to ask Ramesh Bhai, Jagdish Bhai, Brijmohan Bhai what was their opinion, and finalize himself.
Okay, that's really clear on that. Didi, you mentioned about Brahma Baba, the early time of our yagya. You're saying that Brahma Baba was having 300 to 400 brothers and sisters, mainly sisters, of course, and he was have able to maintain divine relationship. What was Baba's bhavana, what was his feeling towards all these 300, 400 children? How he looked at them, and what was his vision like towards them?
He always, Brahma Baba, always considered himself as unlimited father. So these are all his children, and so he loved them, everybody. Because usually parents accept their children as they are. Even if they are naughty, they accept them. Even if they are mischievous, parents accept them, and at time even defend them. Suppose his child and neighbor's child fight, then the parents will say, "Oh, your child must have done something else. wrong. That's why my child reacted. So they try to defend their children and have their love for their children first. And Baba had all these 400 children. But in fact, he used to think whole world is his child.
Thank you, Didi. That is very nice. Acceptance and defending. So Baba defend us, Didi. It's a lovely point here. Didi, you have seen Brahma Baba, you have seen Mama, and you have seen all our daddies. You have been with them. What sort of divine relationship that you have experienced with them, all of them? Your personal experience, Didi.
Brahma Baba, I had relationship mainly father, teacher, guru. With dadis, my relationship was senior sister. With mama, I had that love for mother. So my relationship with them was spiritual, and I never got attached to any of them because luckily from childhood I was detached from my brothers, sisters, parents, etc. So I had no attachment to anyone but love for everyone and molding according to the situation. So I had good relationship with my teachers because after Brahma Baba and Mama left the body, I had teachers in Mumbai. So I had loving and detached relationship with them also because one of the teacher was appointed my mentor and she was visiting my newly center and she used to give advice and sustain all Brahmins, including me. So, whoever was given duty, they were helping me in my progress. In the early stage, Dadi Pushpa Shanta, Dadi Nirmal Shanta, later on Dadi Prakash Mani, later on Dadi Janki. So that's how I got sustained from all of them.
Thank you, Didi. I think that's the last question I have from my side. But probably we can listen to, I mean, we can read some of this question that has been shared in the chat. I think some brothers and sisters have shared some questions here. I'm going to read them out, Didi. So first one, this is from Sweet Angel. Om Shanti, Didi. Many times we become entangled with another person's nature and sanskar, in particular, the consciousness of I, whether it be in their weakness or their strength. How does being Trikaldarshi save us from falling into this pit? This pit means this wrong practice.
Always have awareness. I am world benefactor. And that includes everyone who comes in my contact. Even if they are Brahman, I should maintain good wishes for them because everybody is trapped in their own sanskars. So, with my good wishes, they may be uplifted. And rather than seeing their weaknesses and vices and having negative feeling, I should have pure feeling and good wishes for everyone.
Didi, the same person has asked another question. It is easy for us to surrender something that causes us sorrow. But how do we identify something that gives us false happiness and that we are hiding it under our arms from Baba? What they're saying is something may give them false happiness and yet they are hiding it, under their arms and don't give it to Baba.
I think they don't want to surrender to Baba, or they might be feeling ashamed to admit that they've got their weakness, and that will be at their disadvantage, because Baba says if you have committed any sin, tell to Baba and 50% will be resolved. If you don't tell Baba and keep it hiding, then naturally you are missing and you will have double Dharma Raj punishment.
This is very interesting. You say they have to tell it to Baba. But what is the method to do it? How can we tell it to Baba in such a way that it reach Baba and we know that we have told him accurately?
There are two ways. One is write a letter to Baba, to Madhvan. Another is to tell Baba during meditation. What I usually find that people are not able to remain content by just telling to Baba. But when they tell to some individual or instrument, they will be feeling much lighter.
So Didi, then how they know when to tell Baba? It means if who is the senior instrument that they should tell? Because sometimes they tell to the senior instrument, but that person may keep on reminding that person, you have this weakness, you have this weakness. So whom shall they exactly tell? Because sometimes the senior person may not be the right person for them. So how do we identify? Like for example, we have you, so we can tell you, but we are not there. We cannot come often to see you, Didi. We when you're in Madhuban, we tell you, we share with you, fine. What about if we are, we are away from our country and we have some other seniors, but then we are not comfortable to tell them. So what is the method then? Can we write to you or can we email to you? What can we do?
That's the best thing. They have to write or email me or whoever they have faith in so that they become light. Because if they don't have faith in the instrument souls, they won't feel light or they won't feel like even telling that instrument. So it's best to write to whoever they have faith in.
Okay, thank you, Didi. There are so many questions from one person. I will move to others. Then, if we have time, we come back to this person because there are many from the same person. There's one more question here. Baba says, take advice at every step, mostly in Sakar Murli. Those days, there was Saka Baba and later seniors who are willing to guide. But now, due to expansion, it may not be easy to ask and take direction all the time So according to current time, what do Baba mean by saying taking advice at every step, and how can I apply it practically?
Main thing I will say is in meditation, if your intellect is clean and clear, you will get the clear advice from Baba directly as to what to do, what not to do.
Okay, thank you, Didi. That's good. Okay, Didi, this is from one's soul, Shakti, and to make better relationship with Baba and good for good yoga and not to create more karmic account. Clear and Didi, this is your answer again. So this person has asked accordingly. Clean and clear intellect is necessary. Please share tips on developing this in a fast and easiest way. Developing clean and clear intellect, fast and easiest way.
Fast efforts will give fast result because sometimes people become little careless, lazy, etc., and they are not having powerful Amrit Vela. So when they have powerful Amrit Vela, they will have clean and clear intellect.
That's great. So powerful Amrit Vela for the one who asks, powerful Amrit Vela for clean and clear intellect. Okay, so this is a very easy method we have to adopt. Okay, then this is from BK Nalini. Please explain the difference between obedience and subservience in relationship. To think obedience and subservience in relationship, especially when doing service. Some instrument expect students not to speak to each other in the presence and constantly interrupt conversation, especially in service meeting. This is considered rude even in Lokik conversation. What should one do in such situation?
You need to have courage to speak out what you feel like and be child master. As a master, you express your idea, but then as a child, accept whatever decision is taken by the whole team.
Didi, this is from Sister Leela. I think she asked earlier also some question. Baba says Maya enters whatever particular sanskar or nature we are weak in. I think it must be from today's Murli. Can Didi give example of this?
Maya is a thief, as today Baba was saying, and thief is looking at an open door. If there is one voice, it will bring other four or so. So we have to be careful that Maya is not at all in a subtle way or attractive way attacking you. And we don't have any weakness because any vices, one vice will bring other four. Any virtue, it will bring four more virtues. So our aim is to be viceless and virtuous. So keep that aim in our study and you will find it's easy to progress.
Didi, somebody has been paying attention to you very well. They have asked, what is Didi's email address? They want to know your email address.
Nirmala at brahmakumaris.org.
All right, clear? So that's the email address. Okay, Nirmala at brahmakumaris.org. Sorry, Didi, am I right? Nirmala at brahmakumaris.org. Okay, so this is I think you have answered, you got the answer for this. And dear Didi, this is from Peter Long. This brother is asking, the Dadis made original oath in time of Om Mandali as young girls to keep together and work together, always supporting each other in Baba's seva and task. Always full of love for each other and full of surrender to Baba. Can you talk about their unity and complete success as Baba's instrument and the creation, the Yagya today, from such humble beginning? Do you want me to repeat this question, Didi? It's quite a long one.
Last sentence.
Okay. Can you talk about their unity and complete success as Baba's instruments and the creation, the Yagya today, from such humble beginning? So that's the way they have created the Yagya today from such a humble beginning.
The foundation of the old Brahmins, our ancestor souls, was very pakka in Gyan and Yoga. They spent 13 years or 14 years in tapasya and Gyan and Dharana. Nowadays, problem is everybody is focusing on service. And that's why they are not paying so much attention to Gyan and Yoga. So by making our foundation pakka, there will be so much love and unity and harmony amongst all Brahmins.
So making the foundation pakka is definitely the answer for that. Okay, Didiji, some students who come to the center have connection with other persons secretly. I don't I think I'm not sure in this.
Their connection.
Okay, I repeat that. They have connection with other persons secretly, mothers knowing that they have that problem, allowing them to come to center because no option to leave them at home. So they are bringing thinking that they might change. So it is okay, just let it be or stop them. I think this is a technical question where they are bringing some students with the mothers, they bring some other person with them because they think that they may change by coming to center instead of leaving them at home. So will this help? Will this help them, or is it should be continued, or we should stop this practice?
Unless they come to center, how they are going to progress. Madhuban, yes, we have strict direction that before they come to Madhuban, they should follow 9 months celibacy. But center, unless they come to center, they cannot spiritually progress. So let them bring them.
For the one who asked that question, if there is any clarification needed, please ask accordingly, because the question is a little bit broad and maybe we didn't get it exactly. But if you are satisfied with the answer, then we can proceed further. Okay, the next one is Didi. As we aspire to develop divine relationship with Lokis, sometimes past incident or old sanskars become an obstacle in our endeavor. What can we do?
Our aim is to transform past sanskar. So
Yes.
if they are obstacle, we have to pay more attention.
So what attention they can pay, that Didi? What attention they can pay?
Whichever impure sanskar is bringing obstacle in their relationship, they should change it, not be ruled by old sanskar. We have to be Mayajit before we can become conqueror of the world.
Yes. Okay, Didi, I think we are at 8:25 now. We have another 5 more minutes. Probably we can have a powerful drishti from you so that whatever obstacles are still remaining, whatever challenges, we can use this energy to overcome that in the future, and so that we create a divine relationship with one another. So Didi, we would like to thank you for your time and all others for being with us. So for 5 minutes, let's enjoy a powerful drishti with Didi. Taking this power, we can powerful create a divine relationship with the self and with others. Thank you, and Om Shanti.